One of the things that inspires me the most and continues to propel me forward to help more and more people is to hear the stories of people that are applying this information, that have made major shifts in their life, and are sharing with other people how it's changed their lives. There's nothing that makes me happier than that.
At my absolute lowest point, where I think every entrepreneur has, that has any success now and that really kept to it, I completely felt like, what am I doing wrong? I felt almost like I'm wasting my life. I felt like I'm wasting my time, my energy, and what is even the point of being alive? Because if I'm working and I'm not even able to, like buying lunch is actually a struggle. I remember those moments where it was tough, and I just had to do it. I just had to figure it out. But that builds your character. And now I know from all the amazing mentorship that I've had, every entrepreneur has had that low point, and that's what keeps us humble. And that's what now, when you see the light after all the darkness, it really makes you appreciate being in your flow. So I went from a place where I was over 6 figures in debt and not having any clients and not knowing how to build a business, to really being able to attract clients that are making 7 and 8 figures and working on projects that are 5 and 6 figure projects. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to provide people with beautiful spaces that really help them thrive. I had to hire a team, so I now have a project manager and I have a design assistant, and now I'm actually bringing on an intern. So I'm so grateful for the ultimate game of life, and for now making an awesome friend of Jim Bunch. And I'm so grateful for Jim for being in the program and learning from him and being mentored directly from him. It's just so grateful.
One of the things that's very humbling for me and also fills me with gratitude is some of the people that I've had a chance to connect and collaborate with. People like my friend John Asraf, who was featured in the hit movie The Secret, who we built multiple companies together, and to hear him talk about the changes that we're making in other people's lives and how we're changing the industry, it excites me, it inspires me, and it lets me know that we are in fact making a difference and leading the industry. And most recently, to hear Sharon Lecter share with us, how the things we're doing are making a difference in the industry. Here's somebody who's consulted the president on their financial advisory council and has written many successful books that have been translated into all different languages around the world. To hear her talk about how the impact that we're making on people's lives is what she hoped to see in the world, that's inspiring, it's compelling. And I'm always humbled and I'm always grateful when I get to play with other world leaders that are out there making a difference in people's lives.
Well, I think Jim's fantastic. And everything that I teach is experiential. Experiential learning is the best way to learn. And so rather than going to a seminar for 2 days and then going home and getting into your old habits, what Jim has created is an opportunity for you to really dive in and truly make a change in your life in real time. And I had the honor of becoming an entrepreneur at the age of 26. So I've been an entrepreneur for most of my life and have understood needs. The most successful businesses do one of 2 things: solve a problem or serve a need. So when my kids were young, I helped start and build the electronic children's talking book industry. And then when my son ended up in credit card debt, I was able to combine my experience as a CPA and in publishing with my mission, and that is to get financial education in the school systems. And so what happened was I was really passionate about it, working with the school systems, and then met my partner at the time, Robert Kiyosaki. We wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that began a 10-year relationship where I did 15 books of the Rich Dad series, and I built the company. We were partners. But in that 10 years, we became a global brand because it was the right message at the right time. We hit 108 countries, 51 languages. And as I left the Rich Dad, I made the personal decision to leave the organization. I got the call from President Bush asking me to join the first President's Advisory Council for Financial Literacy. And I had the honor of serving President Bush and President Obama. And then I got the call, full circle, back to the AICPA, which is the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and they asked me to be on their National Financial Literacy Commission and become a national spokesperson for my profession of CPAs on the topic of financial literacy. And so the best way to learn is by doing the real thing or doing a simulation, and what he's providing is the opportunity for people to actually share their real financials and get support for making those tweaks, those changes in their finances to make sure they grab control and education.
His ability to track and measure what every one of his students and clients does is really something that the industry hasn't really done other than through verbal cues. And telling somebody, yeah, you're doing a great job, no, you're not doing a great job. He's using some just great technology and great methodologies to help people see the progress that they're making day by day, week by week, month by month. And then to have him and his team coach individuals based on where they are versus where other people are is an indispensable tool.
One of the biggest issues is just knowing where you are. Most people today have no clue where they are financially. And so by joining his ultimate game of life, the first step is to figure out, where are you? My father raised me, he says, a map does you no good if you don't know where you are and where you want to go. And so the same thing, allows you to get those goals and say, okay, here's where I am, and what do I need to do to get to where I want to go?
For being able to really help people.
Plus, you add the value of what Jim creates is specific tools to help you make those changes, the support and mentoring to help you get there. So you have cheerleaders on your side. And so I totally support what Jim is doing, and I'm standing ready and able to support it because it's so important. Stress and worry kills you. And the number one stressor in life is money. And so we have to learn how to become masters of our money. And so many people today are already slaves. And they say, well, if you're digging a hole, the first thing you have to do is stop digging. Well, that's tongue in cheek and it's funny, ha. But truly, you need to provide that lifeline, that hand up, not hand out. And that's what Jim is doing. He's providing the hand up and the educational tools and the ongoing support to help you not just create improvement in your life, but lifelong improvement with a steady and constant vision of your ultimate goal, and that's to become a master of your money.
One of the reasons that, even though Jim and I are dear friends, we compete in the same marketplace, he learns from me and I learn from him, and we've just hired him to help reconfigure a whole bunch of our courses to include a lot of the tracking mechanisms that he's been using for years now. And he's one of the best in the world at it in our space, if not the best in the world in our space. And I like to work with people who are the best, and I consider him my kid brother many years ago, and now he's just a colleague that is doing the same work that I'm doing, and doing some amazing things within the personal development arena that in the next year, 3-5 years, everybody else is going to have to do it, because what they do just won't even be on the same playing field as what Jim is doing, what we're doing. So it's really a function of taking the game to a whole higher level, and it all boils down to one thing: getting people the results that they want to get for themselves. Jim helps people get results, period, end of story. I've seen thousands of people that have gone through the ultimate game of life, and the one thing I can say about the ultimate game of life is it's not about a game as much as it is about getting results. And by playing it as a game, people get results, period, end of story. I have personally met hundreds of Jim's clients that have gone through the ultimate game of life. I've read hundreds of testimonials from individuals, and consistently all I hear was, wow, amazing, transformational, changed my life. And he knows what he's doing. He's one of the best in the world at it, and he does it differently than everybody else, which makes it so unique.
Because you're like saying, okay, I'm going to put a stake in the ground. This is not how I want to live. I don't want the stress. I don't want the sleepless nights. I don't want the calls from my creditors. I don't want the letters that have past due stamped on the outside of them. I want to become peaceful and in control of my money. And the best way to do that is for you to make that decision up here and then to find the tools that are there to support you and help you. And in today's environment, the younger generation, and I'm 60, so younger is 59 and below, is to look and say, what tool works best for me? And specifically, the younger you get, the more you want those online tools and the more you want to combine the social aspect of your life with the financial aspect so that you can work together and have champions and have those collaborators and those cheerleaders that help you. Because when you make that, I call it little wins. We might want to have this big goal, let's pay off our $100,000 of debt. But that's, makes your heart stop thinking of $100,000 in debt. But maybe your first step is that one credit card. Maybe you have a credit card that's $500 maxed out. Pay that one off. That little win is going to give you that confidence and that motivation to keep going. And that's the kind of thing that you want. You want those little wins to help you get to the big win.
I want to congratulate you for investing the time to really ask yourself some important questions and to see that you're ready to take your life to the next level. We've been able to help a lot of people. I look forward to connecting with you and to get to know you and your situation in life and to help you once and for all take your life to another level. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing. And I look forward to seeing you be one of these people that's sharing your wins with our audience and our world.